Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Stats That Exist But Do Not Matter. It is episode 107, and it is brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook. And guys, we're talking about childhood dreams today. You know, if you were a kid playing baseball growing up, I have a feeling that I knew what you wanted in the later years of your life. You wanted to grow up, you wanted to stay great at baseball, make the MLB, and most importantly, play for your favorite team. We're talking about hometown kids because there's a lot more hometown kids playing for their favorite teams in baseball right now than you might expect. Let's go through the list. Unsurprisingly, the two teams with the most homegrown players on their roster right now are the two LA teams, the Angels and the Dodgers. The Angels have 10 guys on their 40-man roster, 25% of their 40-man roster, who are from Orange County. The Dodgers have 8 players on their 40-man right now from Los Angeles County or the greater SoCal area. But you can't talk about homegrown talent if you're not talking about New York, baby. The Yankees and Mets have a lot of New York representation on their team right now, which I love. Let's start with my Mets because we have the most New York reliever in the game right now, Adam Ottavino. He's from Brooklyn, still lives here in New York. You gotta love that. Timmy Lowe from Syracuse, the speedster from Syracuse. Steven Ridings, we haven't seen him yet, but he's a Long Island kid. And Jimmy Yacobonis, perhaps the best name in baseball. He's from Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is closer than you might expect to New York. And of course, the Yankees have the hometown kid to crush all hometown kids. Anthony Volpe is a New York kid, but it goes further than that. Harrison Bader is from Bronxville, New York. Tommy Canley is from Latham, New York. And Ron Marinaccio, not too far either. He's from Toms River, New Jersey, just like our guy Todd Frazier, who, if you didn't know, played in the Little League World Series when he was growing up. And how about a couple baseball teams that I would not have expected to have a lot of homegrown players? The Colorado Rockies and the Oakland A's. Good for those fans because I guess they need something to root for. It's kind of trying times for both of these franchises. The Rockies have 3 guys from Denver, Colorado: Ty Blach, Kyle Freeland, and Pierce Johnson. How about that? And meanwhile, the Oakland A's have Paul Blackburn, who was an all-star last year, Tyler Sear, and Cal Stevenson, all from the Bay Area. And we can't keep going without talking about Trev's Minnesota Twins. They have Caleb Thielbar, Matt Wallner, and Louis Varland. 3 arms, all Minnesota homegrown. In terms of the talent from these homegrown players, the Giants have some of the best in baseball right now. Jock Peterson, Mitch Haniger, and Brandon Crawford, 3 all-star players right around that San Francisco area, close to home. We love that. But we're going to end on a downer because unbelievably, there are 7 current MLB teams who don't have a hometown player on their roster at this time. The Houston Astros don't have a single player from Houston, if you can believe that. The Philadelphia Phillies look like they're a team made up of guys from Philly, and yet none of those players are from Philadelphia. You also have the Miami Marlins, the Washington Nationals, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Seattle Mariners, and maybe most shocking of all, the Boston Red Sox don't have a single Bostonian on their roster, if you can believe that. And that's exactly why I'm not betting on the Boston Red Sox this year. They don't have the hometown magic in their veins. I'm going to keep my bets with the Mets and maybe the Yankees because homegrown talent is important, and it's important to me when I'm betting on the DraftKings Sportsbook, the sponsor for today's episode. Guys, if you're looking to get into sports betting this season, DraftKings is the place to be. New customers can bet just $5 on any pregame moneyline bet and get $150 in bonus bets if that bet cashes, and then they can spread that over some same-game parlays and not include the Boston Red Sox because, again, no homegrown talent. What are we doing, guys? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code STATS, S-T-A-T-S, and bet $5 on a pregame moneyline wager and get $150 in bonus bets if they win. Only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details, and any resources you might need for a gambling addiction are listed down below as always. Guys, thank you for watching this episode of Stats That Exist But Do Not Matter. And if you're a kid playing in your rec league right now wearing your favorite team's logo on your shirt, I hope it pans out for you like it did for these guys.